which is just starting. I would imagine Red Hair also gets into a game shortly.
Looks like we're hitting up this Illuminati game up against a 201 player who I would like to know the English name of.
Google Translate.
Indeed.
Now, what do we have in this game? Some spicy stuff going on here from the looks of it by Illuminati. I would guess that this was a spider opener, but he's already sold a spider and bought a wasp.
Interesting. I mean, what can we say about Illuminati's playstyle in general, right? He loves fire. Used to really enjoy hot dogs. Still actually buys them. And loves Vulcans as well. So I think the wasp threat is probably trying to force out Mustangs, and then he's going to burn the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen him test a whole bunch of like Wraith, Wasp, Abyss as well. So that could be on the cards
Ooh,
too.
you're right. Yeah, with the aerial. All right, fast turn there as we catch up to the live state.
And yeah, going for a Wraith on top of things, just selling out of his starter like 200 cost units. Only that spider left on the left side, which, to be fair, will do a good job. Killing crawlers, will probably be able to take out some fangs as well. And in the meantime, the right side collapsing as the Wraith and the Wasps are trying to get to that right side tower.
Looks like the Wraith should be enough. I mean, fangs will clear the Wasp a little bit, and then the marksman should have some access here. But yeah, Wraiths are pretty tanky.
And yeah, Wraith will be able to take down the marksman. So that's going to be a round win here for Illuminati.
And he gets about half of a Wraith level, probably a little bit more than half. Yeah, honestly, pretty good start here. If he's going to keep it, right? He may just be like juggling around air units since they're free to unlock, but...
Yeah, he has to be careful though, because he is losing deployments, right? Selling out of stuff and then rebuying them again. So he can't like sell out of air units too much or of his starters before he starts to run out of, well, just units in general.
Yeah, I agree there. And like the unit reinforcements here they're all one deployment, so you can't even like cheat out a bunch of fangs or anything like that. So got to be a little careful.
Buy a Badger Picker for Illuminati. Could throw that on the flank if he wants to. There are some units to get pulled. We'll just sell it instead, which puts him at 1100. Oh god, here it is. Abyss round 3.
Oh, I love this. This is going to be so much fun. I love Abyss games, man. They're so fun to watch.
The crazy thing about this format too is that we're just getting to spectate all these different players with vastly different playstyles. So you just go from one thing to the other, and then suddenly, like, here you are, like, just starters sell into round 3 Abyss, because why not?
Yeah, I definitely agree there. It's so cool seeing the different playstyles. You know, this is definitely much different. Almost gives me like Conclusion vibes. Of course, they are practice partners, so yeah, I guess it checks out. Not that I'm saying Conclusion does Abyss all the time, but you know, Conclusion is the type of player. He sells like everything. No.
Clip it, ship it.
Don't do this.
The thing is here, Blue doesn't have field maintenance on the sledgehammers, and that is one of the best things that you can have on your tech bar against Abyss. Having that regen, and because the Abyss can't really hit sledgehammers multiple times because of their small hitbox, the regen is just so nice at stalling, but it's not available, and I think that's why Illuminati here probably feels quite confident in going for this play.
Yeah, that's right. Abyss's weapon is kind of unique in the fact that it does differing amounts of hits, I guess, per sweep to different units. And it's kind of a bit weird. They have to memorize it. But, like, you know, for example, like Fire Badgers get hit 3 times. Sledges only get hit once. Marksmans only get hit once, etc. So, yeah, it's interesting that the size of the model kind of has impact on its how much it counters it.
And Abyss will be coming out ahead. Saving grace for Blue is that he won't get a level. Illuminati won't be getting that level on the Abyss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you want to level it early. Ooh, Super Supply is probably. I mean, there's efficient light as well. Both of them are unskippable, I think, and
Yeah,
that's
you
gonna
have to
be a
pick
lot of
one.
money.
Illuminati doesn't want super supply, or doesn't want small or efficient light manufacturing, excuse me, and I don't think Blue can go for it either because he'll need some type of giant to deal with the Abyss. Going to go for Overlord. I wouldn't say that that's very common. Typically, people will try to go for a Melter, but Overlord definitely can get there too. Has the correct carry techs. We'll have to see if it can connect.
Yep, I definitely agree. What are the techs, by the way? Okay, no splash, but otherwise carry setup. Um, yeah, I have to say I have not tried boats as an abyss counter. I know they certainly work, right? All you need is something that shoots up with big DPS, right? That's like the only criteria. So boats certainly fine for that reason. Ooh, killing the Wraith
Oh,
immediately. Quite nice.
what a lock. And
Yeah.
Illuminati, I think, ranged his Wraith and then sold it because he's now just
Mm.
going to be spawning it from the Abyss. But this round, not looking too great. Left side, he's been ignoring it, so obviously that will be winning for the blue side player. And then right side, both should be locking. Abyss
Yep.
is stuck on Fangs.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely got the round. There's even blue sledges on the left,
Oh,
should we need it.
uh-oh.
Nah, he's fine.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad of a cleanup for Illuminati. I was expecting that Overlord to just live, but
Yeah.
that's not too much damage taken, and he's got to double tech Abyss now. He can just kind of start spamming them. Keep in mind, unlike the factory, this unit with efficient maintenance has no upkeep. It's like just spamming a giant, except it's much bigger.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crucial to point out, right? And this is a super supply game, so the income is going to be massive. Like we could see up to 6 abysses at some point in this game, and once you get those swarms missiles, I mean, it's crazy. Like we could even see like range eventually. It looks like he has wreckage recycling, aka snacks, on the bar. So yeah, we'll see.
Snacks not the most common thing though, although I guess
No.
it's more common maybe than disintegration or fart. You know, if anyone wants to recall Wonderboat segment from last week or 2 weeks ago. When was that?
Yeah, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I think. Surely.
Both players going to go for the Scorpions here with the intent of just selling them. 600 value overall. 2 of them already been sold, and the others will get rid of next turn.
Yeah, just getting the cash. I mean, these players are going to be loaded. And I don't know. The swarm missiles are going to be really important here. I think it actually may have been a mistake to go for wraiths early. I guess he didn't know that boats were coming out, but I don't know. We'll see. Just got to prevent the lock on, right?
Yeah, the scary thing is this is a level 2 Abyss.
Oh, man.
It's real tanky. Okay, the Wraith will go down very fast though on that right side. Left side, it's in a much better spot, not directly in front of the Overlord, which helps a ton. And well, the range on the Overlord are putting in a lot of work against that level 2 Air Titan.
Dude, it's way tankier than I thought. This is crazy. I guess he's an aerial specialist, so he gets that extra, what, 13%, 11%?
Yeah,
So
13%, and well, sitting at 176,000 hit points still takes a
yeah.
while, even for a carry unit like this. And in fact, Illuminati will just be getting the win, and that was the round where Blue managed to get the double techs on his Overlords.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel like really long term, the Abyss must scale better, right? The thing is, boats are like incredibly well scaling as well, but I don't know, man. The sweeps are just like a crazy weapon.
It's a tough call because this tank bar sent up from Blue does allow for like chaff spawn with the mothership. At the same time, Illuminati just gonna go for double tech Wasp here, so that's kind of gonna help out against potential Wasp summons if they come out. And then obviously the Abyss itself also spawns a Wraith which can chaff clear, so it's very self-sufficient in terms of all of the things that it can do.
Yeah, definitely agree there. And there's also like more techs on the bar, I guess. Like you could get like range and like maybe eventually farts even. I doubt you would need them, but it's available.
All right, we've got 2 more boats, so we've doubled what we had last turn for the blue side.
Yeah, level is
Illuminati not
crucial.
going. Yeah, that level should help a lot. I mean, it's also facing the higher level Titan, so
Yep.
we're gonna
Yeah,
have
we'll
to see how
see.
this works out. The big play here for Illuminati is he doesn't invest more into Abyss, and instead he's invested a lot into the Wasps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Really interesting stuff. He has them with the range and the aerial, so like technically they could help DPS the boats. I think they're like also just there to eventually fight the opposing wasps, sort of preempting it. I don't know. I
Yep.
think it's an interesting move overall. I'm starting to kind of like the boat player's position. I don't know.
So the big problem here for Illuminati is he basically has no chaff clear. Left side, the Wraith is managing to survive for like long enough ish, but right side it goes down instantly. It keeps getting insta locked by the Overlord, and then because there's no more Abysses, there's also no more Wraith.
Yeah. Just EMPs here for both players. EMP doesn't really do much against an Abyss with these particular techs, and kind of most techs in general, if you ask me. But you know, slows it down, takes away some of the text from the Wraith and the Wasps, so yeah, it's kind of fine. You get 10 seconds of wasted time on the swarm missiles as well, because the EMP lasts 25, you instantly use the missiles, and then there's like sort of 10 seconds that you waste.
All right, we are going to get another Abyss on the board, which basically solves all the problems, right? Like we talked about it, it's self-sufficient. It's got access to techs that do basically every like basic role in the game. So adding more of them should just help long term. We're going to get another Abyss. We're going to get the missiles, which will help against the Fangs. Might be able to snipe towers. And we're also going to get, of course, an additional Wraith on the board here on the left side.
We'll see if that third Abyss makes the difference or not. I don't know.
I'm expecting right side, though, will just look the same, right? Like nothing got added, and it's been a disaster so far for the
No, the
last 2
EMP
rounds.
is big because the
That's
Wraith will
true.
probably live.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no insta-lock, I guess.
I think so. I mean, maybe it will still somehow, but I doubt it, yeah.
Underground Crawler or Subterranean Blitz, not a bad move either, as the chaff clearing on blue side of the board, mostly coming from Overlords. Abysses, will they be able to lock? Some chaff left, but it will eventually turn their attention to the
Oh my God.
boats.
Dude, this boat DPS is crazy. The level 3. The sweep, though, gets it pretty low. Oh my God, they're going to tie? No. The boat wins. But Not doesn't win the
Crazy stuff.
left. It's a long debuff as the swarm missiles.
1 hit point, but it's going to get
Yeah.
outranged.
Oh my gosh. Let's look at the damage taken here. If I can. No, it's too late in the round. But those boats, man, took so much damage.
And look at the damage chart, 388k damage for the boats, 250k on the Abysses. I mean, this is some serious giant on Titan action.
It's pretty crazy. It's really nice to see this matchup, honestly. It's a little bit instructive for me personally, just not using boats as a common answer. I think I've done it like once. But yeah, there's cool wasp dynamics. Certainly the sledgehammer stuff you mentioned earlier. And then yeah, just the chaff war and trying to like prevent those wraith locks and everything like that. It is, and it's also like fueled by super supply and additional deployment. So this is a pretty wild game.
Yeah, I'm way more used to seeing melters myself too, so it's cool to see a different type of response. And I guess if you're running field maintenance on your sledgehammers as well, this looks even better.
I suppose so, yeah. Even like kind of helping a bit against the wraiths. More fangs being picked up. I guess sort of recognizing that the wraiths have a clock, and then yeah, they're just good value.
Now there are missiles on the Abysses, and while they don't like shooting at crawlers because they are constantly moving, the fangs are a bit easier to hit, so Abyss can help a little bit with chaff clear in that regard. Look at the stack going on the left side of the board, though.
Yeah, he's identified which tower he wants to kill. The mobile beacon bringing the blue boy over, kind of staying away from that orange boat is also kind of a cool move here. We'll see how well it works. Yeah, this is insane, man. Look at all the beams. Like everything's gonna fall.
Boat though, kind of allowed to start hitting these abysses from the side, and the level 1 doesn't stand a chance. So much damage coming in from that level 4 Overlord.
We beam in though. We beam in those boats. Down they go. Just the Giga Orange boat left. Can we take the tower really quickly? We can. It's a short
7
debuff
seconds
though.
of debuff. It's a nano boat though. That takes a little bit too long. Wasp is still
Oh
alive,
no.
but the counter debuff.
Oh my god. Is that game? Yeah. Okay, the boat's got it done. Yeah, that is a really unique opening. I think I did an opening today that had no recommended formation, by the way. I think it was 5 Void Eyes. I guess 2 of them are blue. Does it matter if your units are blue for giving you recommended? I think it does, right?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I think it does. So I had 2 blue Void Eyes, 3 whites, and then
So
2
you were playing
tarantulas.
elites, I guess.
Yeah.
My man.
All right, let's see.
What is this from Bman, by the way? Just going for a Stormcaller round 1. I guess he is aware of the possibility of that quad spider opener. Don't bite that too much.
Yeah, like the missiles are kind of good against Void Eyes too. We saw some strays there take down one of the 3 Void Eyes in that pack. So the collateral, quite nice. The DPS against the tarantulas, very needed here. And yeah, mitigates what could have been a disaster.
What do you think, by the way, about the Void Eye changes? Because it's the only thing that's happened recently, but man, they have changed quite a few statistics and techs on this unit.
It's really interesting. It's like they've lowered its DPS a ton, but they gave it 10 more range, right? So you can use it a bit more safely, just not getting quite as much firepower. And then, of course, maybe more prominently, giving it that 0 cost energy absorption, which gives it 40% more HP, while buffing it 25% HP on the base. Also gives you a really cheap tank option with 3 bodies, by the way. So, like, you know, even snipers have to take their time shooting it. So I don't know. I kind of like them in openers, and you can see Belief doing it this game, taking a pack with it and just taking that free tech. And that's what I'm leaning on. I kind of like them in the tank role. I put them even higher up than Belief does. I just like don't care that much if they die. But yeah, I'm still figuring it out.
It is kind of odd though, right? Because they gave a unit more hit points and a free tank tech, but then they're also giving it more range, which is a stat typically associated with units that don't want to tank.
Yeah, I think they're just hedging, which I think is fine. It's like they don't want them to be ultra high DPS, right? So they took a bunch off, and then they gave it range, right? Because if you kept the range, then it would be just too good at that point, I feel. So I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. I know it feels a bit hard to understand, and I'm a little bit head scratching too, but honestly I'm kind of fine with it if you view it from like a hedging perspective.
Yeah, everyone's still trying to wrap their head around it, as B-Man here will be picking up around with that Phoenix play, but this is like the tough part for me. It's interesting that you can play both as a tank and a ranged unit. The problem is its identity as a ranged unit will always get compared to Marksman and Phoenix, and as you can see here, it doesn't shoot up. So it's very hard to kind of fail the shoes of a Marksman, which has been around forever, and everybody likes to play in Standard, and the Phoenix, which is so prevalent in aggro because of how powerful it is. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out, I guess, what these players and the top lads are going to be able to do with this.
Yeah, I mean, while they're similar, I think there's like minor differences, and maybe that's good enough. Like if you consider like a hound and a sledge, like they're kind of similar, but you know, they're like just different enough. So I don't know.
All right, we are going to go double Phoenix now for Belief.
Instantly paying off, yeah. Pretty nice trying to kill that red Phoenix there. I mean, the hero Phoenix with that haste module. And with a blue tarantula now, you have to imagine Belief has a shot of turning this around.
No AP clicked on the Stormcallers as of yet. He does run it. I was kind of expecting him to go for it, but for now seems to do kind of fine without it. Although I say that, the Phoenix is on the left side, going to take the tower, and on the right, going to take down those blue birds from B-Man. And so this will be a round win for Belief.
Yeah, pretty clutch there. I mean, every round you win is so important right now. When you have 4 tarantulas on the battlefield, a bunch of them still level 1, picking up that second level is pretty dang big there.
Whoa, okay. First unit reinforcements on the final round, round number 4, that they can show up. Triple Wasp is a very nice thing to have. Hard to deal with if you're not into Mustang already.
Yeah, I really like it here. You know, even if they do go Mustangs, it's kind of nice to force that. You know, tarantulas are so good against Mustangs that it's kind of just a win-win, you know?
What do you think about this B-Man pick, though? He's got access to his Rhino, and then he went for the Scorpions.
Mm, I mean, they're tanky, but and they prevent some stuff, but honestly, not a huge fan.
It's a little weird, right? Like, just not trying to play around the Wasps at all. Maybe he just wants to confirm that that's what Belief went for, and he's okay losing some hit points for it, but Scorpion isn't exactly like a common answer into Spider Tarantula.
Yeah,
Spider
definitely.
Phoenix, sorry.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And like once the charge shot on the Phoenix comes out and the range and everything like that, like even the tank value component of the Scorpion won't look so good. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, expected win here for Belief with that triple Wasp edition. He is going to
Yes.
face the oil play from B-Man, and that will still be around next turn, but B-Man certainly will have to come with a response.
Yeah. And, you know, obviously Mustangs are the most likely, but the other things you could see would be like your own Wasps and kind of like out tech them. Or maybe Wraith, but perhaps a bit less likely.
Right side crushing, left side able to stop that Rhino from getting to the tower. And so that's going to be a lovely round. Probably around 1,000 damage here for Belief.
It's pretty big, yeah. Parrying the Rhino there and still picking up more experience on those tarantulas. The haste one got the level. That's really nice. There is wasp levels, but perhaps not too wise here. We get some equipment here. Nano for B-Man. We'll see if like a worm comes out or not. It's certainly fine on a scorpion. I guess, yeah, the Rhino is, I guess, the more obvious thing. We'll see if like charge shot comes out maybe.
B-Man immediately going to go for the triple Mustang play with range. I mean, we did talk about it. It is mandatory here against that Wasp drop from Belief. And Belief picking up a Nano, just throwing it onto a Spider here. Nothing too spicy, just triple crawlers. Going to work on his chaff.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Just wait it out, you know. I think he needs to do the bird commit pretty soon. I guess there is sort of like a dance where if you commit too early, then the fortress anti-air comes out. But going into round 6, I think I would like to see him pull the trigger and, you know, range the birds and, you know, possibly charge shot as well, as I think this Rhino will be regenerating quite a bit and be probably an issue.
And let's have a look. Phoenix is for now unteched for Belief. Probably just waiting for a turn where he can buy some blue ones, maybe range them immediately. Charge shots could be on the cards, although it doesn't really seem necessary right now. That Rhino, though, awfully tanky, so left side kind of collapsing at the moment for Belief as he's starting to attack the right side tower from B-Man.
Oh, not as bad as I thought. The Phoenixes did pretty decent. The Rhino didn't survive that long. So maybe it is just get range on the birds just to be safe. And yeah, you're sitting pretty here. You can see the tarantulas, by the way, on the damage bar. 96,000 above the Phoenix. That's crazy.
I mean, there's a reason that this comp has been popping up in the past 2 months, right? Very powerful combination. Phoenix, amazing DPS, and spiders with levels, tanky, insane chaff clear. You can build them from the start, and their DPS is not too bad either, with some levels, with some items.
Ooh, Phantom armor here. That's going to keep the wasps alive, since the Mustangs will get stuck on them.
It also like kind
So,
of prevents a Forte A play from coming out.
yeah. And let's see, he's got 300 left. Oh, he's undoing a little bit. Spider mines. Interesting. Good against scorpions. I guess it's kind of a classic interruption there. And he has enough of them with some levels There's not. Yeah, I kind of like it, to be honest. Like, eventually he'll probably want the high explosive if he's worried about how fast he clears the Mustangs. But for now, I think this is going to be great tempo.
And I mean, Belief is just going to be playing for that. After getting that free turn with the Wasp, he knows that he's going to be ahead one turn of Bman. He knows that Bman will have to respond with Mustang. So he can try and kind of start coming up with new problems for him to solve that won't get answered on the same turn as they come out. And with his opponent down to 1300, he doesn't need too many more wins to close this.
Yeah, that is true. We'll see the Spider Mines too. They're coming on in. Scorpion's going to be wasting their time for now. The Phantom Rays, I mean, they might attack each other on the left. Yeah, a little bit of that. Losing one feels a bit bad. The right side push, though, looking pretty deadly, man. The second wave of Spider Mines comes in. Scorpion going to be under heavy fire. Down it goes. Just an arc light in front of the tower. Down that goes, and there's the tower.
I mean, this just looks like it's game, right? 5 spiders still alive. Spider Mine's gonna be spawning. Stormcaller's not able to get it done, and the left tower will just get blown up by those mines. A quick one here for Belief, grabbing a win over Bman.
Yeah, that's good value right there, right? In this 4-hour format play period, just getting a quick win like that with Tarantulas, round 6. Here we go.
Here are the packs. Steel Sane versus Belief.
Yeah, what are we going to be picking here? I think Steel Sane goes aggro these days, so, you know, that Typhoon pack looks good. Aerial, though, also curious to see what type of air game he'll go for.
I mean, your mind immediately goes towards something like the Wraith. Easy to unlock here. Can just buy it on round 2 without even needing to skip and still get your 2 deployments down. Hound on round 1 here for Steel Sane. Don't mind it. Into Fang, they can still one-shot, so can just be a nice in-betweener. And then I would imagine that you want to try and aim for a Wraith.
But since it's going to turn into a crossfire potentially, maybe you don't. Or how do you feel about that? Because you no longer care about that corner position as much.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, maybe you can keep investing into the Hounds. Could also try and kind of close the distance on the left and like start playing over there if you want to defend. But with Steel Balls and Crawlers, you can make the decision too to just say my units are faster, so I'm gonna keep pressuring your right side tower. Well, your slow army can't compete.
Yeah, that's true. For now, the ball dynamics should be quite good. The Hounds one-shotting the Fangs is like a nice early game aspect of the Hounds. Here comes the debuff. Sabers are heading towards the tower, but I think we're going to be able to finish off the arc light. But possibly getting hit back with a counter debuff could be nasty.
One assassin steel ball there.
Oh no. Oh, I mean, it's still going to be a good debuff, but oh.
Wow, well, never mind. There isn't a single steel ball left to benefit from that debuff, so yeah, Steel Sane not going to be too happy with that one. I think if he started in a headbutt, he would have been in a much better position. Probably be able to lock onto the Sabers a bit quicker, but Belief with a solid round 1.
Ooh, a marksman against the aerial spec could be a bit tempting here for Belief. Sledgehammer is like a good defender, or Badger, if you want to start protecting your left tower here as Steel Sane. Maybe Belief thinking the same thing. Curious to see if we'll see it on the flank or kind of with the main army, or if it's on defense.
Yeah, it's weird because you have to make a bit of a gamble here if you're Steel Sane. Like, do you want to get into air units, make use of your specialist, or are you afraid of the marksman and do you want to go for something else?
I mean, the marksman's scary, but you still got to buy air. You don't have to buy it this round. I mean, I personally would either do what he just did, which is take the sledge, defend your left tower, or I would have gone for the Badger, because I mean, Badger is just S tier chaff clear, right? Like, Hounds are fine, but they're no Badger.
Yeah, they're a nice option here in headbutt scenarios. Anything short range, getting that level especially helps a lot, and they function a bit similar to Sledge, where Sabers don't clear the pack that quick, so it would have been a decent pickup for Steel Sane too.
Yeah, I think so. You can see the Fire Badger on the right kind of killing a decent amount of the hounds. But honestly, one ball got a great connection. And I feel like I actually prefer the sledge on the left. I'm not sure actually. I think they both did good. What does the graph say, by the way? The graph says that the sledge did like no damage, killed 16 units. The fire badger way more. Oh my gosh.
21,000 damage. I think it took out 3 steel balls out of the 8 that were on the board, so not too shabby. And if we look at Steel Saint's board, all the chaff has been killed as well. Yeah, Fire Badger killing 46 units.
Dude, that's crazy. It had no support. I mean, it's nice that it scams some dogs, but then the ball's got good locks, but it just... Dude, I really like leveled badgers. They deal so much damage.
Intensive training. Quick pickup here for Steel Sane. And Belief gonna do that as well. So many levels available. Gonna level a Mustang here for Belief. And I think Steel Sane yet to use it.
Yeah, that's correct. He's got 300 left as the aerial specialist. He unlocked and bought a rhino. Probably just going to be leveling a hound. Yeah, he's going for that level 3 hound there. I mean, the hound level is nice against something like that Mustang, right? It'd be a great connection there. But otherwise, not getting a ton of value out of this heavy dog leveling strat. And I mean, a missile could come in, the sentry missile, and that would be pretty disastrous.
Oh, that rhino really doesn't do too much for Steel Sane. Going to face a newly bought Saber and instantly die. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like this jump drive play. It still costs 100, and into that leveled Mustang, it shouldn't achieve too much. The right side will still prevail for Steel Sane, but I don't think it quite matches the left side army for Belief.
Yeah, totally agree. I think Belief's defense on the right has just been immaculate. Like this Fire Badger, once again, 35,000. The new Mustang, 47,000 damage there. Just, it's crazy to think that that's Steel Sane's main side, and he's winning it.
Oh, and super supply on round 4. Steel Sane has been under a lot of pressure, so he knows he kind of has to pick the card, because if the game does go long and he stabilizes, it's going to be hard to play into super supply if you don't have it. At the same time, having less resources now and for the next turn or so is going to make it more difficult to stabilize in the first place.
It's rough, man. And like, it makes it that much harder to use your hero power, right? The aerial specialist, I mean, there's no air on the board.
Yep. I mean, there isn't even anti-air, really. I mean, there's a late level 2 Wasp with jump drive, but Belief, if he wants to play tempo, could start investing into some air threats.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting point there. So he sold his rhino. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I was saying this this Mustang on the right, that level on the Hound that he took with the intensive, really painful, because it's going to start feeding so much into the Mustang, which of course is highlighted with that 41k damage it did, and you might just start power leveling it.
It's a really good point, yeah. Going to be a really nice scaling opportunity. Certainly happy to get equipment on it. And I mean, yeah, you can just see the damage charts. Every single round, that Badger just heads towards the top. And then the Mustang eventually overtakes it as it gets in range. And you can see the Wasp coming in. Eventually going to fall. There's the experience gifting that you mentioned. And what are we looking at? Got the level in the Mustang. Badger really close to level as well as the Hounds fall. There it is. And it just same story, right?
And you can see on the board, right, the performance here is evenly distributed with like kind of 3 carry units for Belief. The Mustang's doing great, the Sabres with the side guns doing great, the Fire Badger chipping in as well. And then you look at Steel Saint's side of the board, and it's the Hounds that did the most damage.
Wow, really? I didn't see that. That's kind of interesting. But then again, it makes sense because his board is like so underdeveloped.
It lacks a carry, right? Like, yes,
Yeah.
Steel Balls sometimes can do it, but they're gonna struggle way too much here into these leveled Sabres with the side armaments.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Oh my god, he took supply. So he has super and non-super supply.
Well, we have seen some of the most insane supply card game here from Steel
Yeah.
Sane in a previous MAG1 season, so not entirely surprised. I'm guessing the argument is that if, again, he stabilizes, he can maybe inch out a bit of an advantage in the long term with the economy, but man, he's gonna need to stabilize real quick because 1800 hit points on round
I
5
know.
is not much to work with.
So we instant hack the level 3 Badger. I mean, I say instant hack. We're instantly locking. It'll take some time to grab. I actually think that's going to make a pretty big difference, though. Obviously, the Sabers will turn and like really quickly kill the hacked unit, which is great. But I actually don't mind this play. The only thing I don't like about this play is like, man, use your friggin' specialist. You are an aerial specialist.
Hey, look, he's got a Wasp.
Okay, okay.
So 50 free unlock. There we go.
Very nice. Oh, we're gonna hack that Badger? Okay, okay.
We are.
Everything.
But now the Mustangs are coming in, and
Yeah.
it is one of the prime counters to hacker boards. Mustangs not really that efficient to take over, and they've got plenty of damage to take out hackers.
Yeah, exactly. There's like multiple reasons why Mustangs are good against hackers. And he already had that really developed. Let's see. Do these help him out?
And oh man, I mean, we talked about what these numbers in the bottom mean, but take a look at the total amount of hit points on their boards.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this one too much, but yeah, this just displays like the army's total hit points all summed together. And look at that disparity.
There's 100k plus difference right now.
That's pretty wild, man. Yeah, the Badgers are super tanky, and there's the Sabers. Yeah.
I mean, look, Steelson has hackers, so he can turn some of those hit points into his own army's hit points, but he's gonna have to do it now because 482 hit points. You're on death's door, buddy. Like there's not gonna be another round for you to lose.
100%. We have Phantom Ray Oil, by the way, which I guess is ignited by Belief himself. So that's kind of funky. Actually, both players with Phantoms. Oil coming out as well. I feel like that oil is not needed when the Phantoms produce it themselves.
Yeah, it's a bit much, right?
Yeah.
It's just, well, both sides will get lit on fire at least, so there's that, which might allow the hackers to get some important locks.
Yeah, not too bad. Let's see what's left. We have the big Mustang, which is indicated in red right now, as it does have the most damage. And almost hitting 100k. It's safe from the fire. And I have to imagine they can... can they actually... Are the hackers going to get the round?
Left side doesn't really seem like those Sabers are hackable. A little bit too tanky for the low-level hackers to take them over, and plenty of chaff in the way as well. Is it
that was
enough
kind of
to
crazy.
survive?
Oh,
not quite.
Oh, okay, okay.
Another quick one from Belief. This is in theme. Cast looks to play some aggro here. We'll be having that spider opening, starting with Marksman, double crawler purchase. All makes sense.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Cast is going to play this. He is like a really creative player. I feel like recently he's been playing a little bit normally. He has been jamming a lot of Abyss games. Does he have Assault Marksman on the bar? He does, and they're pretty close to the Tarantulas. Yeah, also his Tarantulas, he likes to put them pretty far back, as you can see here. So, I don't know. I wouldn't expect to see Assault Marksman, but I don't know. It's possible.
He has it on the bar.
Yeah. We'll see, we'll see.
Right side looking strong. Left side, some units splitting off from Lauman, but he doesn't have any fast units, no crawlers, so that Tara debuff probably won't be coming anytime soon. Meanwhile, Spider right side for Cast, walking towards that tower, will grab the debuff.
Yeah, I think that's good tower dynamics here. The return debuff should do something, I would imagine, but...
Cast might lose a marksman or two, but
yeah,
should be about it.
Yeah. Okay, 500 to start. Not too bad. Marksman did a heck of a lot of damage, as you can see. Almost 30,000. And on to round 2 we go, where, I mean, a Farseer is delivered. Very strong.
Look, Probably the strongest unit this early on. Pretty much capable of dealing with anything. And
Yep.
especially into these drops,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
it's hard to skip.
It's good, like incredible against Wasp. I would argue incredible against Hound as well. And then I don't know, Void Eye. I'm not sure anybody's really
It's
looking at that.
yeah, it's good into Void Eye too. I think it can sometimes even splash like two at the same time.
I believe so, yeah. But Cass will take his time. He's been playing around with Void Eyes with energy absorption, which is now a free tech. And those Void Eyes go up to, I think it's like 5,700 or something health. So, like, pretty tanky they are.
Was that a Yoda impression?
Oh my god, I was thinking about that. I was like, is he going to call me out? Is he going to call me out?
Pretty tanky they are. Apologies.
All right, I'm embarrassed. You speak.
Picked up the spiders will be. Cast going to go for more spiders here and then get a crawler as well. Pretty solid round. Farseer on the left, kind of hedging against a potential attack on the left side tower. Lauman won't go for such a thing though, just reinforcing on the right side and even level his left side tower.
Pretty safe play from Cast. Nothing too risky. No like mobile beacon type stuff. Just setting up his board. And yeah, I mean, pretty tame game so far, I would say. Ooh, he's doing really well on the right. Spider picks up hero status.
Can
Imagine
the
that.
Farseer clutch it up? Might be able to. Two marksmen locked onto it. How many more shots does it take? Okay, it'll be able to. Oh, I thought it would be able to trade, but never mind.
All right, 1,000 advantage for Cast. Not too bad. Fire Badger comes down for Cast from his hero specialist. And kind of whatever cards, and then Incendiary. So yeah, Laomam in a defensive posture picks it up. Looks pretty handy. Bubbles
Bit of
himself.
a similar situation here, right? From last game, where Steel Sane unable to really make use out of his aerial spec, and Laomam here also is an aerial specialist. So Cast is ahead, gets a Fire Badger, can use it, can sell it, whatever he wants. But for now, Laomam, yeah, not making use of their specialist yet.
It's one of the things that I always fear when I pick something like a giant specialist or an aerial specialist. I think on aerial specialists it feels a little bit easier to choose something, especially with Abyss being kind of prevalent and viable these days. But yeah, I'm not sure the type of style that Laomam goes for. Maybe a bit of a uncomfortable specialist pick for him.
Yeah, I feel like typically with aerial spec, you could be solid, just at least getting access to Phoenix, which tends to perform well, but no such thing yet. And it's just going to be another Farseer pickup for now for Laomam, equalizing both of the sides, going for the spell, going for a shield. We'll need to win this, ideally keeping the shield, because this is a lot of resources spent on temporary things.
Yeah, that's very true. I really like the new Farseer that he added. It should do very well. I think it's kind of important about like whose Farseer locks on to each other's. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling this for Laomam.
We can see the stats right at the bottom. We highlighted that total HP, but the total resources that have been spent, okay, it's diminishing now as units are dying, but Cast already up 400 in terms of resources spent into his army.
Yeah,
round 3.
Yeah, I like that you point that out. That's like the Fire Badger, the bubble, the fire spell is picked up. Definitely checks out there, and the new Farseer that's added looks like it will lose. It's stuck on the tanky Tarantula. The Farseer gets to shoot it down. And yeah, I imagine the Farseer might head towards the tower if he's lucky. Yes, it goes.
This might even be a loss for Laomam. Oh, okay, it is a level tower. Never mind.
It's kind of clutch.
Minor win, though. Like, you're okay if you're Cast here. Like, opponent one's for a shield, one's for a spell.
Yeah. Definitely agree. I mean, the bubble lives, but yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Some really nice kind of cheaper cards here. Definitely want to pick up one of these, but which one? I don't know. It's a hard choice.
Yep. These cards are all incredible. I would say like Naively, I would always pick speed, but I don't know. There's like a lot of distance between the players, and there's no low range units from Cass. So I think I'm actually looking at something like a portable or amp core.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. Lam, I'm going to pick up the amp core. It's a nice thing to get onto a Farseer, and he might have grabbed a level. Yeah, he did. So Farseer might be able to carry for a little longer.
It's a sweet move. Like if your Farseer hits level 2 and you get one of these items, I think like the Farseers dominate the early game, right? Like I'd say like rounds 2 to 4 are probably their utmost peaks. And levels plus equipment sort of like drag that into the mid stage as well, like rounds 5 through 6 and
Yep.
possibly onwards. So I'm loving this.
Yeah, you can extend their carry kind of longevity, and I mean, this thing hurts.
Yeah, it really does. They shoot what, 2 rockets and they're each dealing 3,300 with a bunch of splash. So let's see, how long does it take to kill Tarantula? Yeah, just almost 2 volleys is enough. Not quite. That is some serious DPS.
All right, well, it's just going to be spiders with more spiders for now for cast.
Dude, it's crazy. I mean, it's got spider mines.
I wouldn't
He could
mind
pick it
seeing
up.
that clicked. It could be pretty good into the Farseer as well, because as many will know, the Farseer can't like split its 2 missiles. It will always shoot at the same target, so
Yeah.
you can distract it quite effectively.
Yeah, Farseers are really wasteful, I feel. They like overkill all the time. Here comes the blue guy, by the way. Look at him just own everything. He is pretty low, but yeah, did a hell of a lot of damage. Is he going to clutch it out here? Yep. More tickle damage as the health bars equalize. Oh, the more putting a tickets here on Laomam, attempting to steal from Winbig.
Oh, I saw that bar just getting filled with insight tickets there.
Yeah.
Round 5, we immediately get more unit reinforcements, so the board will get filled out as well. Double Sabertooth for Laomam. We did see Tungdil playing it to great success earlier into spiders.
Yeah, Cass is probably going to take a while to think. I got to remember just hide the panel. He's the type of player that will sit there for like 60 seconds and then do his turn all at once. He's got spider levels available. Wait, he's got 1,000 to play with. Very interested to see what he goes for. But yeah, it looks like Laomam just, yeah, a ton of sabers here.
Quad Saber picks up 2 more, goes for the range. I wouldn't mind cast going for Saber either. It's a pairing that we used to see a bit more in the past, and I think it is making somewhat of a return after some Sabertooth changes. And if you're expecting the Saber pickup here from Laomam, it's not a bad idea to just try and mirror into it, because after all, Sabers don't mind killing Sabers.
I think I agree. The one thought I had was like he could try going into marksman. He has 4 of them already, and he wants to like tech them. But since you're gifted from barrel like 2 sabers, I think you're right. And indeed, after all that time of thinking, does go for it. Picks up the spider levels. HE going to be the tech of choice here, which don't love it. It's okay. I mean, okay, obviously it's good, but
It's a bit early, right?
yes. Do you think spider mines were better? I'm not sure. I think they were.
I don't know. Maybe I would have liked range on the Sabers or something, because right now, left side Saber getting insta-locked. If you were making the read that Sabers would be picked up, because of course it's hard to know that Laomam would go quad Saber range, but there's not that much chaff right now. And as you can see, a lot of the spiders are just locked onto the bigger targets, and well, in that case, HE doesn't do very much for you.
Yeah, excellent points. Something nice that happened is the blue saber was able to kill that blue farseer. That's been basically the hero the entire game. So a nice moment there, but yeah, just now that the players know that it's a saber off, I think we're gonna see the range picked up and probably like careful chaff placements and all that type of things.
All right, well, Laomam continuing a streak here, I believe, of 3 rounds. And taking a lead in terms of the hit points between the 2 players. Advanced Power System making another return. Would you pick it here, or how do you feel like it's really turned into a longer range type of fight?
It's a good question. So it's up against missile spec, or missile strike. I think the missile strike's pretty good, right? You hit the storm, the crawler, and the fang. So I'd be very tempted by that. But if missile strike was not offered, I think I would take the speed. It is bubbled, so maybe you, yeah, maybe you take the speed. I don't know.
Well, let's see. We're gonna find out in about 25 seconds or so when Cast picks his card.
Yep.
It's gonna be a missile strike for Laomam. Trying to get a little bit of value here, getting rid of a crawler, potentially killing a marksman if it doesn't get leveled, and then going to make use of that oil as well. The slow could be significant and allow the Sabertooth to have a little bit more time to lock onto the correct units.
Yeah, some nice moves here. I think it's pretty crucial to see Saber range and possibly more, but I'm not sure. All right, here we go.
We see it pop up in the bottom left there next to the Fire Badge Respect for Cast. He has gone for the advanced power system, so the additional speed will be on his side.
Pretty nice for the oil coming in, and I think it's just good in general, as like the marksmans are slow and all that. Oh, shooting squad picked up on the marksman. That's really interesting.
All right. Range on the Sabers as well, so he has now matched that tech on the left side, though, for Laomam. That Saber level 3. It is far ahead of anything else on the board.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, man. Saber going to have easy pickings here, probably giving it tons of experience as well. The Tarantula is kind of getting owned by the Sabers and the Stormcallers, though. Running out of spiders, that's for sure. Not much left. Can we get some bubbles? We got one on the left. Can we get the right? I think we can.
Oh, it's awfully close. Okay,
Oh.
the bubble will fall.
A lot of damage, though. I don't know, man. That's painful.
I mean, it's looking dominant, and that oil is going nowhere. Still going to be around for this turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Nano repair. I like that. Big Saber.
Oh, man. The fire is back off cooldown.
Uh-oh.
That's
Looks like will it connect
a
this
rough
time?
Yep.
Surely.
And the thing is, Cast could have been looking to go for a loose formation play here with the triple crawler pickup. Problem is, there's not much you can do about this fire. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can try and expend resources in like hounds and try to like sprinkler, but it doesn't really make your board any stronger. Maybe he has enough crawlers already to be able to justify a loose formation, since Laomam is only relying on Arclight so far to chaff clear. But man, this is gonna be a rough turn.
I think loose doesn't even do much, no?
I think it
He'll
does
just get
help.
burned.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like you have the burn coming in, so like you would probably have to like do a hound sprinkler play with your deployments and then lose formation the existing crawlers.
Yeah, interesting thoughts. Oh, look at this oil, by the way. Please explain. I'm confused.
I don't know. It doesn't hit very much, does it?
No.
This is just aggro, like trying what it can to like retaliate,
Okay.
and then realizing that it can't.
Yeah. I like that analysis.
It's like, yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. Look, it'll maybe burn like some sledges and like tickle a level 1 Sabertooth.
Yeah, that's what I go for when I use fire. Just a bit of tickling, you know.
I'll show you. Yeah, that doesn't look too great, does it? All the crawlers gone. Sabertooth insta-locking. Level 3 picked up on the right side for Laomam now as well. The board's completely disappeared. And if we tally, is this just going to be game? I mean, it's all small units. Maybe some stuff can burn here. If we can take out another Farseer.
He is currently dead, I think. I think it's close. But I think he's dead.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Farseer and Saber, a little bit too much there, so... Game will be going over to Laomam. Quick defense. We have had some quick games here today.